Hey everyone, Dan here again with the 30-foot dory build. I'm using a hand plane here, and I'm preparing the stem. It's probably the last piece I can do on this project till spring. I went and picked up a 2x8 today by 8 feet long, and actually I've just finished planing the other end. I probably planed through about 2.5 inches of wood, which is about here. Now I tried taking my jigsaw and trimming it out and then coming with the planer. But I don't know if it's the wood's too wet or I got the wrong blade on my jigsaw. It wouldn't go anywhere. So I gave that up. Then I grabbed my skill saw, and the only blade I have with me right now, and I know that sounds bad, is an 80 tooth. 7¼ inch blade. And all that did was smoke out the wood. It just wouldn't penetrate it. I went in about 1.5 inches, and I had to stop, or else I wouldn't be able to see in here. It was getting pretty gross if you've ever dealt with burnt wood before. So I went out and went to Amazon, and I bought this little fella here. This was $49. The handles are plastic, they're not wood, which I guess, I don't know, it's just what it is. Can you see that there? Sorry, there you go. So, I'm not going to talk to you here for very long, but I just want to let you know that this is the first time I use a hand plane in about 35 years. And I'm a tiny bit out of practice. Now, there is some adjusting on the blade. When I started, I couldn't get it through the wood. There was just too much blade sticking out. So I adjusted the blade. It took me about, well, almost 10 minutes to get it just right, to the point where it was just shaving enough off so the plane wouldn't jam. And believe me, the adjustments are just so fine between taking a hair off and taking about 32ths of an inch off, that will allow you to actually plane over the wood without, you know, killing yourself. I probably don't have a clamp here. I'm actually using my strong back stands to hold the wood for me. So there's a lot of rocking going on. I wish I was able to anchor it better at this time, but I can't. So, that being said, I just thought I'd make this video, and I'm sorry if I'm standing on the wrong side. I don't have no room on the other side of the room. The wall is over there. So you're gonna, I'll plane it out, and then I'll get out of the way a little as I go. So I don't know how long the other side took me. I went down about 2.5 inches, and I planed back about 1.75 foot back. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a workout. Yeah. So I'm going to attempt to do that again here and see how that planes out. first, when I started planing, I tried to plane flat. And it got a little tough. So what I'm keeping now, I'm keeping a bit of a crown on it. And it's letting me just peel that wood right off by keeping a crown. So, I don't know if you can see it, but I shaved the left side, right side, then I start working my way to the center, and the stuff just peels off. So if I try to plane flat, it just gets a little tough. I just threw a little bit of weight on that glass horse there, just to keep it from bucking so much. But you can see it's going down. Woo! Yeah, it's going down. Gotta clear that out of there sometimes, or else you're just sliding on the chips, the shavings. The shavings just get underneath the blade a little bit, and then you're sliding all over the place. Can I tell you, it's amazing how much wood you can have gathering up at your feet when you're shaving this much material off. So it makes me wonder, back in the day when this is the way it most likely was done, since they don't have, or should I say didn't have, a power cleaner, you probably had a couple of, depending on the project, or a couple of men just honing this material, honing this material off. Because it would have been one of the few ways to shape the material after chipping away with it with a dugout tool. You know, when you chip wood out. I watched a couple of guys on YouTube doing that, and I thought they were quite skillful at it. Quite skillful. But until you actually take the time to pick up a plane and realize it is a bit of a workout. Maybe I should have just screwed the sand to the floor bother me too much, because nothing's easy around here. I put the original line on the other side and I copied it on this side. It's pretty close. Almost got it here. am keeping it surprisingly straight. If I didn't know better, you can almost feel it under the tool. I don't know if you can see the line here. I mean, I do have a lot to play here. I'm just going to clean this up a little bit right here. For aesthetic purposes. There, she's done. So that took me 25 minutes according to the timer on the phone. 25 minutes. There's a little bit of trimming over here for a second. It's actually quite neat using a plane like that. If you want a bit of a workout, it's perfect. Just taking the screws out of the brace, the strong back mounts here. So I'm just going to pull this out for you. Well, I made those tight. Now, I don't know how well you're going to see that, but that's what I planed off. So this from here was almost 1.5 inches to nothing. And I believe this is the bottom. Yes. And still tight for space down here. Nothing's changed. Now this is the top sticking out the front, making its way up to the gun rail. And there's the curve in this. It's there. And here I took a little over 2.5 inches, I think, of material. So let's see, 24, maybe 50, within an hour. I got both sides of these on an 8-foot board, cut the size according to the plans, and it took me about an hour to shave this down with a hand plane. And I believe that's a 9-inch hand plane I used. So now this stem piece here still has to be planed. Now, where I have to plane it is that when the boat and the rails come to meet the front, this here has to be shaved down at an angle. I'll exaggerate it, maybe a 60 degree. And then it has to be planed all the way down the sides to meet the plywood that comes to the front of the boat. Okay? So all that material coming down the sides has to come all the way down to the stem, and it folds in, gets nailed and glued. So this still has to be planed down. Now, since I'm not too sure what that is right now, I don't want to go ahead and do that until perhaps when it's mounted, so I can judge what angle I need to plane this down on. But yeah. There you go. So if my budget allows me, I still intend to get an electric plane. They're a little over $100, $130, $140, depending what brand you buy. And I think why I may end up doing that is I'm not getting any younger, and believe me, from this last hour I've had a workout. I'm telling you. I think it feels good, but it's still a lot of work. So since my dory's 30 feet long and everything has to be planed down, I just may break down and get an electric plane. But this was good. It worked. The plane is sharp. I thought it was actually gonna take a couple of hours to plane this down, and it didn't. It just takes a little determination and say, yeah, I gotta start this. I'm gonna finish it, and that's all you're thinking about. It's just moving those strokes to plane that material off. Now, once again, like I said, when I started to plane this straight on, there's a lot of resistance because the whole blade's actually ripping material up. So as I went down, I started on my sides, and then I made a crown, and then I worked that crown down. And I just personally found it peeled off a lot easier, and you know, that probably made it just a little faster since I wasn't really fighting the shaving process. So I just thought I'd share this one with you. I did the back first to see how long it would take and to see how much trouble it would be. And after doing that side, I thought, you know what, I have got to videotape this. Because if somebody hasn't done this before, or somebody has and hasn't done it in a long time like myself, you know, just to show you that it can be done. Now, some people work with all hand tools. This is my first boat, and I'm just trying to keep a little bit of a pace and get as much done as I can before spring, like I've been saying in most of my videos. My longitudes, I bought my longitudes. I need 180 feet of that, 1x3. And I'll share that with you now. I can get a 1x6, so if I cut it down, that'd be close to 1x3. But I already notched it for 3.5. So I could have got a larger piece, but I'd have waste. Now this stuff here is manufactured by the lumber company. It's beautiful and cost a lot of money. Once again, there we go with the money, I know. So what I am going to do is I'm using 20-foot 2x4s, and I'm going to trim them down to 1 inch. So I have to take a 1/4 inch off each side. And I think they're going to work because I paid $23 a 2x4 for a 20-footer. $23. And I estimate I'll need about 8, so I got 6 already. Because I had to spread my bucks around a little. So I got the material for the stem. I got my what do we call it there? I keep on forgetting the names, excuse me. I should keep this piece of paper a lot closer. Anyway, the 2x4x20s are going to be used to produce the 1x3 shin log and shear clamp. They're both the same size, 1x3. So I've already started them 3/4 by 3.5. So if I go with a 2x4, which is exactly 1.5 by 3.5, I got my 3.5. Now I got a DeWalt 735 13-inch planer, and I haven't really passed that much stuff through it yet, and it seems to work really good. So I'll be passing that material to cut the material down to 1 inch by 3.5 inches. And that'll have to be done in the summer because I can't use this in the house. It's extremely loud. And by then I'll have all the pieces I need and just get it done in one shot, because I can tell you what, the neighborhood is not going to like me for using this machine. It's very loud. So there you go. Okay. Thanks for watching the video. I can only hope that this helps you in some small way. Please subscribe. I'd appreciate it. If not, at least like. It doesn't cost you anything, and it's supposed to help us out. Thank you very much, and we're going to catch you on the next example. Take care.